This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
Friday edition of a numbers game here on VSiN, the sports betting network. Matt Brown in for Gil. Last day here on the desk. He'll be back on Monday. Kelly Bidlin alongside. We will talk some soccer with Paul Carr. Can't wait. I'm very knowledgeable in soccer.
That's right, man.
My questions are going to be some of the best you've ever
no,
heard.
You know Paul how he does
radio.
it, man. He's got 3 plays ready to go. He's going to talk them through all of them for us. We will be more knowledgeable once he's gone.
Chris Felica going to join us. I have all kinds of questions for him for sure. Jason Lisk in studio. Talk some stuff going on over there at Team Rankings as well. If you haven't checked that site out, one of the many that I use for research throughout the course of the NFL season. So get some insight from him on everything. Kelly Bidlin, the casino was hopping last evening here at the old Circa.
It was jam-packed by the time I left yesterday at like 10:30 a.m.
Yeah, it was people in town rock and rolling for this contest weekend. Went over to the Champions Dinner last night. Had me a little andiamo.
Over at the D,
Yeah, a little andiamo.
But you're at the Champions Dinner? This is the one where they do the privately with all the past winners?
So everybody,
Why were you there?
Everyone that's
You haven't won. You haven't won anything.
I have not won anything. No, we're full-fledged in the middle of documenting it all. That's about it, though. Got over there and great little steakhouse over there at Andiamo. So did that and moseyed our way over to the bar, and I had a little moment there because Dustin was in there doing his show because they had moved him over there for the deal and all. And
I heard that, yeah.
I hopped on the old table.
Oh, nice. I did see you in the show recap last night.
I hopped on the old table for old time's sake there. I know you miss it.
Well, we do. Every day I miss Bob Seger and waking up to him and just being stuck in
the
my
Sigma
head all
Derby
day.
going off.
The Sigma Derby going off. And I was over there a couple weeks ago at a friend in town. And like, there's just once someone's gone to Sigma Derby, they always want to go back. Like, I get it. It's one of the most incredible things in Las Vegas to see. And frankly, the spectacle of it at this point, it's more. We went over the D. There was like nobody upstairs except for 40 people around Sigma Derby. And I was like, we're not waiting for this.
I know you guys who are regular listeners know what we're talking about, but if you're just joining in, so over at the D, they still have one of the original Sigma Derbies. If you don't know what the Sigma Derby is, it's, the little fake horses running around in the circle or whatever. It still actually uses coins. So it is a still coin-operated Sigma Derby machine. And, yeah, it was popular, obviously.
Oh, yeah. I mean, oldest
popular
operating casino game in Las Vegas, I believe.
Well, I mean, it would at this point, it would have to be.
Yeah. And there's I think it's one of the, there's only one other of it, and it's privately owned.
Yeah.
It's the only one for public.
Yeah, and it was cool. Talked to a bunch of people who are fans of the network, fans of the show, fans of things that are going on, and everyone thinks they're going to win again. Everyone thinks that they're going to win this thing, and so, Kelly, that we have to go break their hearts.
That's right.
Because we're going to win.
That's right.
You and I decided we're going to chop this thing.
Andiamo's great. I always appreciate a steak dinner where you get some spaghetti up front. You know what I mean? A little spaghetti to start.
I don't know if you saw the ticker out there behind us, but we got another entry. So up to 20 now.
Ooh.
Yeah, got another entry in the 100K. So good on them. All you rich people, come on out.
Yeah.
Come on. The more the merrier.
That's a lot of money.
We don't talk about. Last night, Cardinals hit the ball for us good. So that was fun.
When did you cash that thing?
In the second inning.
That's nice.
In the second
That's
inning.
always
A
good.
second inning baseball cash is the absolute best because then you just flip the channel and go do whatever you just move on. You don't have to worry about it and watch the rest of the game. So we got that home. They get to 5 runs in the second inning. So we get the over 4.5. Pretty decent little week here for baseball. Don't like anything on the card today, though. So it's what it is. We'll talk through it. Maybe we'll stumble upon something. The Brewers beat the Cubs. By the way, the Cubs put Kyle Tucker back into the lineup. He went 0 for 4 with a couple strikeouts. He can't find it. Something is going on with him. They gave him like a mental break. They kept him out of the lineup for a few days because he couldn't figure it out, and he still has not figured it out. So this Brewers team looks like that is going to be their division for sure. Dodgers and the Padres both win, so the Padres do not gain any ground there on the Dodgers. But I guess more importantly, they don't lose any games either. They don't lose any ground either.
That's right. Yeah,
so,
they both win, so we still got a race. We'll
just look at it that way as opposed to the other way around. I am, as everyone knows, I'm a big Padres fan for the next what do we got? How many? 3 weeks left or something like that? Something like that.
Dodgers minus 265, Padres plus 200.
Is that it?
I don't know. I'm looking right now. Last day of the MLB regular season would be Sunday, September 28th.
Oh, so we got a month.
Mm-hmm.
We got a month. All right, so we got a month of all of that. So yeah, it's an interesting race. Obviously, the other interesting race, Red Sox, Yankees. We talked about that. How that is going to be not only for the wild card, but maybe for the division. I mean, there's enough time for one of those teams to catch the Blue Jays for sure. Yankees lose.
Yeah,
I had to break it to you.
I know.
The Yankees lose 6-3. Red Sox get it done. Roman Anthony hits a 2-run shot in the ninth inning just to kind of bolster their lead there in that one. Leading off for this team, he's got a 405 OBP. He is 21 years old. He just got the $130 million contract at 21 years old because we're starting to see these teams when they know that they've got an awesome prospect. They don't want to wait until they have to pay him $1 billion a year. So they just, okay, we're going to roll the dice. We'll give you $100 million before we've actually seen a ton of body of work, right? Mm-hmm. And so far, so good for that. Again, he's raking for them, and you listen to what they're saying. He understands if there's any deficiency in Roman Anthony's game currently, it's on the defensive side, and apparently he's putting in the work. He wants to earn that $130 million.
Yeah. Things you can fix in the offseason or over several off seasons, Matt. You ain't getting paid. You ain't getting paid for the glove.
No,
you're getting paid for the bat.
For the bat, the Yankees walk 9 Red Sox in that game. 9.
That's not.
You're not going to win very many games.
9 times.
When you hit 9 times. You don't know what movie that's from.
Ferris Bueller.
Oh wow!
Don't go movies with me, son. Don't go movies with me.
Look
okay.
At that. We had Glamorous playing on the way in.
Great song. I did have to double check who did it though.
And Kelly singing it, bebopping along on my way into the studio. I see him just kind of like got a little pep in his step. And then he comes in and confesses that he didn't know who sang it.
That is Shazam it. Shazam still works great. It's like the first app ever on iPhone. Still works great.
Fergie. We looked
Luda
up,
was in it. We were at Ludacris just a few months ago.
We looked up Fergie. 50 years old. Fergie.
Yeah.
50 years old. Who would have thunk it? And apparently
time flies.
Apparently no longer married to the actor Josh Duhamel. Duhamel?
Dude, I have no idea.
We're going with Duhamel. Kelly, you cashed last night.
We did.
The New York Football Giants go out, and this was one of those information-based bets that you said you made earlier in the week. And then we started to see some steam behind it.
Yeah.
You got a better number than when this thing went off, but even with that, it was
closing number gets home too. Yep.
It was still, it was still just very obvious that the Giants were kind of going to be the team that had the more talent out there.
It just took. I mean, it took 1 week. Like this this happens almost every preseason, though, right? Like I think handicapping quarterback depth charts is one of the most important things you can do if you're going to go bet preseason football. And yes, so often many of the bets that we make are the information races, right? Who's going to play, who's going to not play, and we think that's where we can find an edge. But man, like the Giants, it kind of didn't matter. I didn't really care if I didn't know at the point where at the time when I made the bet how much Russell Wilson, if he was going to play, if at all. But then you kind of figure you're still going to see Jackson Dart, who's looked great this preseason. And you're going to see Jameis Winston. You're going to see Tommy DeVito. And no matter what we think of Jameis Winston and Tommy DeVito, these guys have live NFL reps, man. Like they've started games in the NFL. And they're going up against second-half preseason defenses. And they carved them up. I mean, those quarterbacks combined for the Giants last night, 27 for 40 for 320 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 pick.
Kelly, I know we talked a little bit about this yesterday, and I don't want to be one of these people that comes in here and overreacts from a preseason game, but it's not just a preseason game. It's kind of a preseason just in general. I do wonder how long they're going to be able to keep Jackson Dart on the sideline. Again, I'm not a talent evaluator, and I'm not at practice, and I don't get to see all the stuff that they get to see or whatever, but he looks like he can't be worse than Russell Wilson.
Well, it's also the reports we have heard out of camp, always take with a grain of salt, but like they're nothing but glowing. Apparently from teammates, from everybody. It's just he's winning over the team slowly but surely, and he's looked great. You don't want to overreact too much to what you've seen in preseason. But man, I'm with you. I didn't really think within 3 weeks I was going to be starting to question that as well. Of how I think Russ is going to go week 1, but how that leash I think has gotten shorter over the preseason.
I would think it has to be because you look at kind of that situation up there, and if if you start to talk about hot seat type of stuff, I mean, that's kind of the first conversation that comes up is
Yes.
that whole front office, the coaching, all the coaching staff and everything like that. Rookie of the year.
And every move we've been critical of is every move those guys have made has been to prolong their jobs. Hence why you bring in a Jameis Winston and a Russell Wilson, right? To have an established starting quarterback to start the year. But what do you have now, Matt? If Jackson Dart actually develops, you get to be the guys who developed Jackson Dart into a starting quarterback.
Was it Wednesday that we were doing Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, I believe so. What are we down to?
Down to 25 on Dart.
Yeah.
We live in the most reactionary time ever. It is crazy. So there it
25?
is.
So this is even.
So there it is. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So
Let's move even just this morning.
Yeah,
just from last night this morning.
So
yeah.
if we're looking, if you're those of you that are with us over on YouTube TV or on our watch app, you can see when we made this graphic, Jackson Dart 35-1. The biggest number, the best number you can get in the market right now on him is 25. At Fanatics, he's 16. 16. He's down to 16.
I can't argue that. Would you rather have a Jackson Dart ticket or a Tyler Shuck ticket?
Oh, Jackson Dart,
Me too.
for sure.
Me too. Tyler Shuck's 16-1 over at DraftKings.
Because
Not even close.
Jackson Dart is going to be throwing to Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
You threw it out there when we put this graphic up a couple days ago, and you said, listen, he might not start right off, but, I mean, Jackson Dart, if you're building a portfolio, hopefully people did if they had any interest in that whatsoever, because that number is long gone.
Yeah.
Dude, down to 25.
Kind of wish I took a piece when I said it.
Yeah, we were lying to you whenever we said that we would be able to talk the golf and you'd still be able to put in bets. That is not the case. They had to move things up due to weather. We'll check in over on the golf side of things, give you our thoughts as we move in and some Major League Baseball thoughts as well. It's a numbers game here on VSiN.
Got a good thing coming. Just wait and see. It's a good.
So, Paulie, have you had a chance to read the VSiN Daily yet?
Yeah, came in at 3 a.m. What's Bill doing up that late?
Well, rumor has it starts off with a 12-hour meditation session.
Then he just pours himself over film and live TV, really focusing and taking it all in. Bill's in with the biggest insiders, talking trade secrets, strategies, the whole nine, absorbing the info.
And then and only then can the writing process begin.
In Las Vegas, Bill's late night becomes your early morning. Wake up to the very latest betting insights in your inbox with the VSiN Daily. Sign up for free at vsin.com/newsletter.
On the next edition of Prop Points, we're live from Las Vegas at Bar Canada at the D. We'll start off the show reacting to the latest news going on in the world of sports and sports betting. We're going to find some value in the various NFL betting markets and play it or pass it. What crazy prop will producer Wyatt find this time? Joe Sheehan will join the show to give out his favorite props and plays for a busy Friday in Major League Baseball, and I'll give out my favorite baseball bets as well. I'm Nick Whalen. Tune in to Friday's edition of Prop Points, 2 p.m. Eastern, only on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
It is a numbers game here on a Friday. Matt Brown, Kelly Bidlin, the next 2 hours as we roll through. And, we said we were going to come in here with some hot takes on what we saw at East Lake and give you some bets maybe to throw into your account. However, Mother Nature did not accommodate for that, and they had to move the starting times up. So we're underway already. A lot of books pull markets and things and stuff like that. If the stuff was still available, guess what? It didn't present itself like we thought yesterday because Scotty Scheffler is just too damn good. He was 2 under through 4, Kelly. It was never a chance for us to get in on Scotty. And despite the fact that he headed into today 2 strokes down, he was not only your betting favorite, his odds got shorter. And so it's just, the algorithm gets it. The people behind the counter get it. Everyone's talking. I mean, he is an absolute machine.
Did you check odds when he teed off?
Yeah.
What were they?
Less than they were whenever
he did get shorter.
Yes, he got short. Like it went from 150 to 140.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
The algorithm said, this is what this
just
is
not going to let people get in.
It's sat there. It sat there. The algorithm goes, if these guys are doing good, Scotty Scheffler is definitely going to do good. And guess what, algorithm? You were right. He went 7 under yesterday.
You were right. He played pretty well.
You were right. He went 7 under yesterday.
Yeah, round 2 underway. You have, about half the golfers out there? More than half are out on the course. There's only 30, reminder. Henley, Scotty Scheffler at the top, 9 under for Henley. Wish I would have added him to my first-round leader bets. That would be nice.
It's only,
heavy top 10
Here's the deal.
him.
We only bet Russell Henley when he forgets how to play golf.
I've been betting him all summer, man. Dude, both the good and the bad.
I have Russell Henley, boy. He is the one that got away. I'm going to look back.
That's where I was definitely not. I left him off the card last week and hated myself for it. I was not doing it for the last tournament of the year, but I don't have an outright bet. I just have a top 10. You've got Henley 9 under, Scheffler 7 under. Then it is Fleetwood, Justin Thomas, Robert McIntyre, Colin Morikawa, and Patrick Cantlay at 6 under par. Updated odds: Scheffler plus 110, Henley 4-1, Rory 11-1. Tommy Fleetwood 12-1, everybody else 16-1 or longer. I guess that Rory price is slightly interesting to me. He is 5 under right now. He's 1 under on his round through 2.
If you want to play the regression monster here, I like Russell Henley as a player. Russell Henley made about 700 feet of putts yesterday, and if you look at his stats, he lost around the green. He lost off the tee. He loses in 2 different areas. But he gained 5.39 strokes in 1 round putting.
Yeah, it was.
So
I believe I saw his best round putting ever.
So
if not, it was one of his best.
We say, is that sustainable? We know that regression doesn't always have to happen immediately. It is very, very unlikely that he's going to be able to lose off the tee today, lose around the green, and still be able to shoot, a decent round. And so I would play the regression here. Of course, you look at Scotty. He just gains across the board again. I guess if there's anybody out there, if you wanted to kind of look at something that could either go one way or the other, depending on how you feel about Justin Thomas, Kelly. So he was able to shoot 6 under yesterday. He lost a full stroke off the tee. Like Justin Thomas lost a full stroke off the tee and still shot 6 under. So again, whether you think one way or the other, right? I mean, if you think he can figure it out how to hit some more fairways, maybe. Or if you're like, hey, he cannot keep this up. It's just like there's no way. Justin Thomas might be somebody you either want to fade or back one way or the other.
Yeah, he was someone I actually bet against in a matchup, but the off the tee being a problem this week with some of the narrow fairways, that's kind of what I was banking on, and him having some struggles there. So no, not great to hear that part's panning out, but he's still shooting that low.
And then on the flip side, someone that you did bet, and I know it's a little frustrating, but you see Ludwig, who gains a full 1.7 around the green, which by the way has kind of been a problem for him, which lets you know that he's worked on that and he's done well. Gains 1.7 over there, gains a whole stroke off the tee, does everything well except loses 1.17 on the greens putting. And if you were watching yesterday, you saw it was brutal. It was brutal.
There might have been a remote tossed from my desk at one point. It's just there weren't a lot of easy ones out there. It just felt like every one of them was 8 to 12 feet, but it was every one was burning the edges. So for a lot, I did have a first-round leader bet on him too. It's like for a while, he looked like he was right in that mix. I think Henley would have ended up passing him, no problem. Anyways, we do have we got boots on the ground out there, Matt. If anybody needs a weather update, Jeff Greenway, Country Club South Media. I've been on his podcast before. You and I have played in some of his golf pools before. He said it's real nasty out here. All overcast and rainy this morning. Strong thunderstorms expected this afternoon. It's only in the 70s though, so as long as the rain stays away. Looks like some pleasant temperatures, at least, for these guys to play in.
It's a little interesting news here from Adam Schefter. We previewed the Panthers yesterday, and part of our preview was the fact that we said, hey, listen, even at his advanced age, you have a really good possession slot receiver, a dude that if you need a 3rd and 6 converted, you can look at Adam Thielen, you can look his way, he's going to get it converted for you. Well, you know that Jordan Addison is going to be suspended to start the year for them or at some point, and so the Vikings have inquired about trading for Adam Thielen, with Jordan Addison serving a 3-game suspension and Jalen Naylor dealing with a hand injury. Thielen is a target for them, he says here. So the Vikings going back, trying to bring old Thielen back to town.
Yeah, we had, when we were talking about it the other day, Cleve T.A. tweeted it out immediately when I saw when the Vikings, there was a report Vikings were interested in shopping for a wide receiver. Look, I mean, from the Vikings side, I think it makes a whole lot of sense. I think from the Carolina side, it's a little interesting, though. I mean, like you said, we talked about this yesterday, and I'm a big Tedero McMillan guy. I think he's gonna be great immediately for them, but he's still a rookie, and I think there are questions on the rest of the depth chart when you look at wide receiver. And both you and I said, kind of been surprised and pleasantly surprised at how well Adam Thielen's worked out there for them.
Yeah, I bet they would want something decent in return for him. Like I don't think you're getting away with like a 7th. You can have him a 7th rounder, or 6th rounder or something. I bet you got to come with.
You think he's like a 4?
You got to come with like a 5 or a 4. I bet.
I was thinking 5th.
Like you got to come with a 5 or a 4, and like at least if you get a 4th round pick or a 5th round, these are dudes that have a decent shot of making your team, right? You're not like giving them away for nothing. Like you're getting someone that can provide some depth for you in the draft. But yeah, very interesting stuff there. That we'll keep you obviously if anything comes down while we're on air. The Dodgers and Padres start a very important series today, and it's Blake Snell versus Yu Darvish. And Kelly, I said that I didn't love anything, but this is the thing that I got closest to today, which was betting the Dodgers on the first 5 run line, because Yu Darvish has been not Yu Darvish-like, and I think that there are some there's some signs pointing to this Dodger team being able to get to him. By the way, we'll find out this, and the reason I didn't pull the trigger on this bet, remember yesterday was a scheduled day off for Shohei, and Dave Roberts said that he was confident that he would be back in the lineup today, but the fact that there is that little bit of doubt is why I didn't pull the trigger on this. Obviously, if you're going to talk about a first 5, I'm getting 2 at-bats most likely from Shohei in the first 5. I want those if I'm trying to bet a first 5 with the Dodgers, so until I can get that information, can't put that bet in the account, but I do at least want to throw it out there to people that if it does end up in my account, that's the reason why, or if it doesn't, that is also the reason why. So we'll have to see what Shohei's status is.
I think that makes sense. Dodgers right now minus 125 on the money line. Padres plus 103. Total set at 8 over at DraftKings.
Yeah, this is another interesting day because we're starting to see some of these teams, the Brewers, Jose Quintana has actually been really good for them. Is this going to keep up? I mean, the Giants, I know, are not world beaters, but the Giants are at least froggy. And, Jose Quintana, if this Brewers team is going to be a real contender, if this is going to be a real team that we have to worry about come postseason, if Quintana can play his way into Quintana might be a contributor, from as a starter. I mean, this Brewers team, I don't know, continues to impress me in ways that I did not think was possible.
Hey man, yeah, they're on a tear right now. First team to 80 wins this season, 80-48 they go to after yesterday. They've been on an absolute tear. I would not be getting in front of them right now.
You're like, hey, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna bet against these guys.
I just also had to double check if the Giants pitcher was related to Ken Whisenhunt, but no, he's not.
He's not?
No, he's not.
See, this is the type of information that you tune in for here.
That's right. Carson Whisenhunt, not related.
Yeah. Finding out that Kelly didn't know who Fergie was, and then
it's just lies. It's just lies. Forgot who did the song.
Guys, the Traverse Stakes coming up here. First Bet is where we are going to be placing our bets over there. First Bet is the official horse racing partner of VSiN. Traverse Stakes is the marquee race of the summer schedule. You don't want to miss a second of this action. New users on First Bet can earn up to $250 in bonus cash when you use our exclusive promo code, which is VSiN250, VSIN 250 when signing up. So go in, take a look at what this app has to offer. It's really, really cool. You go in. Horse racing happens all year round, all around the world, so you can always find some stuff to bet on. And for a vast majority of the tracks out there, you can watch the races right there in the app as well. Who doesn't want a $250 sign-up bonus? Well, you can get that over at firstbet.com right now when you use that promo code VSIN250. When we come back, let's talk a little grass hockey with Paul Carr. How about it?
This season with VSiN's College Football Betting Guide, exclusive to VSiN Pro subscribers. It's packed with 136 team previews, preseason top 25 rankings, and best bets from our experts. Pro subscribers also get the NFL Betting Guide, daily best bet emails, exclusive splits, and full access to our premium betting tools. Sign up now at VSiN.com/subscribe for just $9.99 for your first 30 days. Or save 50% with an annual Pro subscription and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Numbers game here on a Friday, closing out the week. Been a good week. Appreciate you guys letting me fill in here for Gil. He'll be back on Monday. Kelly
no
Bidlin
problem.
alongside here. The Twitter machine is letting us know that they would love for Adam Thielen to end up back in Minnesota. They want to see that purple jersey back on him.
I kind of do too. Those were fun Vikings teams, man.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's about to be fun again in Minnesota. Minnesota's had a lot of fun football teams, actually, over the past 20 years now.
There's probably people rolling their eyes, but, like, you have Justin Jefferson who can do everything.
Yes.
And so if you had a dude that's just, like I said, your 6-yard chain mover added to that.
That's what you need, yeah. That's why he worked so well opposite of Diggs and Jefferson and guys like that for years.
It could be interesting. Listen, I'm all for it, even though I kind of want him. I kind of want to see what Bryce Young is, and having that little security. But having that little security blanket makes me feel better.
So
about
that's the part, right? You get it from Minnesota side. I do struggle a little bit with it from Carolina because don't you want every piece available to help him grow?
Yeah.
So you can figure this out quicker? Because I'm not convinced.
This is what I'm
still not convinced.
Maybe something will happen while we're on air, and then we can. Carolina's going to come out and say, absolutely not. He is going nowhere.
Demand a first-round pick for
exactly.
For 35-year-old Adam Thielen. I was going to guess 34, too. It was a year off.
Now joining us here on the program, Paul Carr, True Media Sports Expected Value Podcast, at Paul Carr over on the Twitter machine. Going to talk some Premier League. Paul, how you doing, man?
Where it's nice and hot. It's okay.
What are we, about a week and a half into the season now? 2 weeks into the season?
Yeah, we got week two starting today. Yep.
Yeah, week two, buddy.
Look at that, Kelly.
By the way, happy birthday, Adam Thielen. 35 years old today, as of today.
So he was 34.
He was 34, last night when I was thinking about it.
Well done. Good
you were
job,
right
Kelly.
yesterday.
Yeah, Kelly's right yesterday. He's wrong today, but that's fine. That's okay.
Hey, Paul, I want to start with top goal scorer because Erling Haaland, right, week one, puts 2 in the back of the net. All of a sudden, he's down to minus 110. Can we jump? Should we jump in on Palmer now? Should we be looking elsewhere? Do we think there's more value with that Palmer number now?
Yeah, I mean, if you could still get the plus 2,800 that I had preseason that was out there, at least one book, then I think that's still worth a shot. Palmer didn't look particularly good. Chelsea's got a lot of new pieces in attack, and they look like they're still trying to figure some things out. But again, he takes penalties. It's a good team. I mean, 15 to 20 goals is easily in range, and you throw on half a dozen penalties or so, and he's right there in the race. Haaland is always going to be the favorite. I'm not, paying minus 110 now. He's like plus 150-ish before the season. But, now's as good a time as any. If you're getting, I think you want at least plus 2,500 or so if you're looking at Palmer specifically.
Okay, yeah, 22 right now over at DraftKings. Biggest takeaways, Paul. I know it's just.
Can I let me piggyback on this question real quick because I think this is interesting. So, Paul, we see how reactionary some of these other markets are. We watched Jackson Dart go out and have a good preseason game, and he just went from 35-1 down to 25-1 to be Rookie of the Year. Mm-hmm. How reactionary are the markets to the Premier League?
A little bit, especially so you throw those futures up that you had there. I think Man City is now at plus 275 to win the title. They were plus 320, plus 330 in that range before they went out and beat Wolverhampton 4-0 in the opener, which, I mean, Wolverhampton's a bad team, so it's not like it's a surprising result. But there's always a little bit, just those little movements here and there. It's obviously a 38-game season. There's no playoffs, so it's just how do you do in the season? So things will move a little bit. It is fun to track them over the course of the season. Like last year, Chelsea was down to, I don't know, it was like plus 3 or 4, maybe 500 to win the title at some point. Then they lost 2-3 games in a row, and they're back over plus 1,000. So the deeper you get, obviously, the more reactionary everything gets.
Yeah, it's I guess I would think with how long Premier League season is, when you see stuff early, right? There's probably stuff probably moves, but when we settle into the middle of the season, probably not quite as reactionary. Paul, just kind of any big takeaways you had from the first week of matches?
Not particularly. I mean, Liverpool won, they hung 4, City won 4. Arsenal didn't look great, but they got the win against Manchester United. So those are the 3 favorites. They all won. And, if anything, maybe like Leeds looked pretty good. They're a newly promoted team, and the last 6 newly promoted teams have all gone right back down. They looked pretty good in a win against Everton, so maybe they have a little more staying power than we expected. But they were also the favorite of the 3 newly promoted teams to stay up, so it's not a shock necessarily that they look decent. But it's always good to kind of see it play out how you think it might, and even it's just through week 1.
Paul, we got a game tomorrow if people want to get into the account here. What do you got against Wolverhampton?
Well, I bet them to be relegated before the season, so I've got that against them. But other than that, I just am not convinced they're that good. They lost their 2 best attackers in the offseason. They actually, to be honest, they didn't look terrible against Man City, which is a funny thing to say in a 4-0 loss. You're just going to look bad against City in some ways. But they didn't look awful. But I'm still going with Bournemouth here at home, minus 125 on the 3-way. Bournemouth lost 4-2 to Liverpool themselves, but again, that was against Liverpool. And Bournemouth still looked really great on the counterattack. Semenyo got both their goals that way against Liverpool. Wolves will probably have a little more of the ball in this one, which plays more to Bournemouth's favor. They beat them handily once last year, lost the other one, but that was an early red card, so you can kind of throw that one out the window. So I like Bournemouth. This is my favorite, take the better team right here. You're playing at home, minus 125, not too juicy for me.
Yeah, Matt, how this works, it is the Wolverhampton Wanderers. Mm-hmm. Everybody just calls them the Wolves.
The Wolves.
Right.
The Wandering Wolves.
Just Wolves.
Just Wolves, yeah.
Just Wolves.
I'm still trying to wrap my mind around that one, but, hey, we'll move on. Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest on Sunday. That one's on your card. Paul, what do you like there?
Yeah, still leaning on Priors a little bit here. I like Crystal Palace to finish top half this season after they had a pretty good year last year. Forest had a great year, too. They were in Champions League contention until the very last day. Overachieving, though, all their numbers. And the big question is, can they do this again? They scored first in the most or second most games last season, which is just tough to sustain. But then they went out and got an early go in the opener and won 3-1 against Brentford. So maybe they can, but I don't think they can. Palace looked good against Chelsea. They cashed our double chance bet in week 1. They didn't play the whole A team in their midweek game in Europe, so I think they're ready to go. This is essentially a top half team against a bottom half team at home. So I like Palace rather, to win at plus 140. And also Forest has some backroom strife right now. There's rumors their manager, Nuno Santo, may be on his way out because he's clashing with ownership and management. So that could be a thing that could come out here too. Again, take the better team, getting a good plus money price at home at 140.
Talking to Paul Carr about the Premier League here. Paul, Everton, Brighton, you're going to play a total.
Yeah, we're rooting against human achievement, as Gil likes to say here. Under 2.5, minus 125. This is really about Everton. This is the kind of game that this is what they do right now. They play real solid defensively, try not to give up too much under David Moyes, and maybe get a few opportunities of their own to sneak out a win, something like that. Everton wasn't all that great at executing it against Leeds in the opener, but again, that style was there that we expect to see here. Brighton drew against Fulham 1-1. Tough draw for them. They give up an equalizer in stoppage time at home. So Brighton's the better team here, and even more reason for Everton to kind of keep it tight, try to pack it in, and play for a low-scoring game. So I think we see under 2.5 here, minus 125, my price.
I like it. Paul Carr, 2-1 last week for plus 1.45 units. Yeah, that's right. I did the math on that last week.
Ooh, look at you.
Yeah, that's right. 3 today. Bournemouth minus 125, Crystal Palace plus 140, and Everton, Brighton under 2.5. Those last 2 on Sunday. Paul, know you're a big Dolphins fan. I've been trying. I feel like I've been one of the very few all summer that's been like, what if these guys just stay healthy and Tyreek Hill works out and this could be pretty good. Training camp's been ugly, though. I think that's hard to argue. What are your feelings right now on the Dolphins and kind of where they fall in the AFC and AFC East?
Yeah, so as a fan, I'm definitely trying to be optimistic here. It's like, all right, Tua will stay healthy. Offensive line can't be worse. They brought in a few new guys. They got to be a little better. Get Hill and Waddle back together. Surely that'll work out, and the defense will figure it out. But the pessimistic side of me is like they lost a lot on defense, and the defense was okay, but not great anyway. Achan's hurt already this season. He's not maybe the most healthy type anyway. So I'm a little bit worried that are the wheels going to fall off again? Obviously, if Tua takes the wrong kind of hit, then forget about it. So I'm a little concerned right now as we're a week and a half out of the season.
Yeah.
He is Paul Carr, True Media Sports Expected Value Podcast at Paul Carr over on the Twitter machine. Appreciate the time, my man, and good luck.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Kelly.
Oh, man. I ran into someone it's funny you bring this up. I ran into someone last night over at the over at the Gathering at the D who was a Dolphins guy, and he was hard selling me on why everyone's overreacting about the Dolphins. He said I would be
to the
first,
negative.
Yeah, he said I would be the first to tell you if I thought that the sky was falling. He goes, I think everybody is overreacting.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the Dolphins fans I've talked to, including Paul Carr, but some of the ones down in South Florida, oh boy, it is the sky is falling big time.
Yeah, it's just interesting because like you said, I haven't gotten very many rosy outlooks, but he was like, yeah, we're
I feel like
overreacting.
there was a lot of anti-Dolphins, and then training camp started, and it got even worse. And that's when I've kind of dialed back my love too. Like when you're just there's not good things being said at podiums, right?
Live outside of Nevada and want to come play these big contests? Well, Winter Circle Proxy got you covered. All you got to do is make that one trip out here to Circa. They got you covered from there. WinterCircleProxy.com/VSiN. They will come in. They will put in your picks for you each and every week when you send them to those guys. They are trusted and put in over 9 seasons, 9.3 million in winners last couple of years as well. WinterCircleProxy.com/VSiN.
They're off.
Elevate your sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup. Then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to VSiN.com/pro to join VSiN, the sports betting network.
Numbers Game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Numbers Game here on VSiN. Matt Brown, Kelly Bidlin. Nearly everybody has teed off. We're still waiting on, I think, the final two groups to get going out there, but Bob McIntyre goes out birdies 1, so he finds himself a T2 at 7 under. We see Cam Young making a push today, 3 under through 6.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Your low scores on the course right now are 1, Keegan Bradley, the captain, 5 under through 13, and 5 under for his tournament. And then Harry Hole, 5 under through 10, 5 under for his tournament.
Harris Hall, let's see how he got there, because I'm going to guess.
Well, we're also doing lift, clean, and place today. I don't know if you caught that, but yeah, with these soggy conditions, to make it even easier for the... If we're not doing that for majors, why are we doing that for the Tour Championship with the 30 best golfers on the course?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm always for lift, clean, like, always. Like, I mean, dude, hitting the ball with a giant piece of mud on it, like, why? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't really...
That's not how it was meant to be played.
I don't really care either way, but I don't like... I didn't like... What major was that? I don't even remember anymore. But I don't like when they just change their minds on these rules so much.
All willy-nilly, like.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would be okay if they if they chose any weather in the area whatsoever. Cool, we're just going to call it now lift, clean, and play.
And here's the thing. Here's the other thing. If the ball goes in a divot...
Oh, willy-nilly. You're right. That was the perfect way to say it. That's what I meant.
If the ball goes in a divot... You get to move it out of the divot. This is stupid. It's stupid that you have to hit it out of a divot. The divot is not part of the golf course.
Yeah. Someone created it.
It's not your fault that you're good. See, here's the other thing. You go later on in the afternoon because you've accomplished so much. You get the later tee time.
Sure, and you're at a disadvantage.
Everyone's already run through the course, and so there's all, like, in the landing areas and all the stuff like that where most of the guys hit it is where all the divots are. So you come in, and your reward for being the leader of the tournament is that you get to go and, like, have a higher chance of hitting one of these divots and then having to hit out of a divot. It's just stupid. It's a dumb rule.
It is. It's also insane how robotic these guys are that, like, that happens, right? It's like, hey, I just blasted a 320-yard drive, and, like, the next guy up just put it in literally the exact same spot that my ball is.
If you go to any of these pro tournaments, you can stand, you know where the landing zone is. Like, you can stand and, like, nearly every drive will land somewhere in, like, the 20 yards, like it's like 20 to 30 yard like landing zone. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. They all just blasted now. Guys, if you think you're better than the experts, you can prove it in the Edge Boost Average Joe contest. Same format as the Circa Friday Football Invitational, but contestants are the Average Joes instead of the pros. Yes, you can come in. It's free to play. Register anytime throughout the season and still be eligible for the weekly and the quarterly prizes. The grand prize, a spot in next year's 25-man Pro Handicapper Circa Invitational field. Sign up now. VSiN.com/Joe. That is VSIN.com/JOE. Free to enter, so if it's free, take the time, go in, just go ahead and do it. And plus, weekly and quarterly prizes. It's kind of like those deals where it's like, you forget one week, you're not dead because you can still win a week.
Yeah, weekly. That's nice.
Yeah, weekly and the quarterly stuff. Maybe we should start doing...
I was going to say, I need that, sir.
You have to say, we need... Like, I don't even care if it's just like, I win $25 or something.
Yeah.
Because I've never won 1 red cent.
I haven't taken $1 from these guys in a contest.
Millions. Yeah, I mean, in the millions, it's like, God, I don't even like 5 games a week. So
I know. That's always the problem.
Yes. That you have to... And you can't pick totals. So it has to be the spread, too.
I have split an entry with a friend back east for the entire time, 7 years now. We've done it. But it's always that, right? Like, you each come to the table. We have a discussion every week. It's a great way to catch up with friends. Another reason why you should sign up for the contest.
Yes.
You can split. If you got someone in Vegas like a me, you can split it with a me, and then you have a conversation every week and catch up. It's great. We get a little older. We don't talk to some of these friends as much, right? So we have great conversations, but we come to the table each with, like, games we like. Guess what happens? You match on 1 or 2. You cancel out a couple because you're on opposite sides. And then we sit there for 45 minutes going through the entire card, trying to find the 1 or 2 to add that, guess what? I'm going to guess lifetime we're like 38% on.
Yeah.
The added games at the end.
Yeah, it's just because it's hard to like 5 games a week.
It's hard to like 5 games a week.
If you're doing it right anyway. If you're doing it right, it's hard to find 5 that you like. Okay, NFC West, we said we were going to talk about them. We will. I have a very unpopular opinion that I'm a little bit down on the 49ers. Now, I do understand that the schedule is very, very favorable for them.
It's incredible.
So that is the reason why I can't have them necessarily – I can't say that definitively that this team is going to be bad, because I don't think they even have to be good to still be to still be like in the playoff hunt, probably in the division hunt, all of that, because the schedule is so incredibly soft. But I'm a little bit higher, I think, on the Cardinals than maybe Market is as well. I think that this is a team that has finally gotten to a point where they have a decent amount of talent and enough talent to maybe compete with all of that. And the thing that I just can't get there with, Kelly, with the 49ers is I just think a lot of assumptions are being made about this team, which is we're just assuming that Brandon Ayuk is going to come back and look like Brandon Ayuk. We're just assuming that a 30-year-old running back is going to come back off his second major injury of his career and just be Christian McCaffrey yet again. We're just under the assumption that despite the numbers that we saw last year from Brock Purdy, that he actually is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL, that he's not just middling. He's not bad. The numbers didn't say that he's bad. The numbers just said he's in the middle, which middle, it's fine. You're in a better position than most teams are, because most teams
he's above average,
because most teams have bad quarterbacks, and so it's fine. You're not in a bad spot with him, but I don't think that you're necessarily getting an elite guy under center each and every week. And so just there was, by the way, lost a ton on the defensive side of the ball as well in free agency. Like, there's just crowning them just because it says 49ers on their jersey and just because Shanahan is the coach. I think we're just getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Absolutely terrible special teams last year, too. That's not something we often talk about, but, three phases, right? They were absolutely awful last year on special teams. That was something that jumped out to me. But, hey, Matt, I hear you. I've gone back and forth, I think, for the past couple of years of really how good do I think this team is. They have lost they've lost a lot of talent this offseason. I mean, this – it's what happens, right? When you got to pay guys, you're going to lose some of these veterans and let them walk, and that's what happens. But man, every time I just look at the schedule, and it's just it's such cake that, like, I don't, Matt, as down as I could be on this team, I think they're penciling them into the playoffs right now. Like, if this is the AFC, I'd feel different. It's the NFC. I'm not necessarily saying they're going to win the division. I think this is a fascinating and one of the most fun divisions in the NFL this year, because I'm with you. I am high on the Cardinals. I am high on the Rams. And the 49ers schedule, I think, is just so easy that they're going to be right in the mix the entire way.
So I bet the Rams to win the division. I did this, obviously, before the back injury for Matthew Stafford, so I don't love it. I can't really sit here and advocate for it now because there is a big X factor that you and I won't know until we see it out on the field, right?
I never made a division bet, but I would stay away right now as well. There's three teams here. The one bet I have in this division is the Seahawks to finish last. Fourth in division at plus 120. And it's not even that I'm so low on the Seahawks. Like, I think that defense is going to continue to get better under McDonald. I do have major concerns on the offensive side of the ball. That offensive line has been a mess for the past couple years. They've struggled to stay healthy. I question how talented it is. I'm not the biggest Sam Darnold guy. Geno Smith leaving town. I think this DK Metcalf out. I think that offense is going to take some time. But really, Matt, it's just about being fourth in a division with three teams that I'm relatively high on.
I'll tell you, if somebody gave me a free $100 right now and said you have to bet the division, given what I know now about Stafford and how I feel about the 49ers, I'd probably bet the Cardinals at 425. Like, that would probably be,
if I had to make a bet today, that's what it would be.
The bet for me. And so they went out, and I think that, like we saw, there's a concerted effort in a lot of these teams to go, and it's very interesting as I dug into all of these teams in the offseason, Kelly, because you did notice there was much more of the we are going to go and fix this year than I've seen in years past, and that happened with the Cardinals. So they signed Josh Sweat, an edge. They signed Dalvin Tomlinson at defensive tackle. They signed Calais Campbell at defensive tackle. They signed linebacker Akeem Davis-Gaither. They drafted defensive tackle Walter Nolan and cornerback Will Johnson. So they said, we have to fix this defense, like a couple of these other teams did, and they go out and they're all of their big free agent signings. Oh, by the way, they also brought in Jacoby Brissett to back up Kyler Murray, which, say what you want to about teams having to start him in years past and things like that, but like as a backup,
he's a great
you feel pretty good about having him if he's got to make a start or two for you because your starter goes down. So with the pickups, I mean, at least on paper, again, like this defensive line is actually really good now. And they have a really good cornerback combo. They have a really good safety combo. Like, I think the defense for this Cardinals team is going to be one of the sneaky good defenses in the NFL this year. And so if the offense can catch up, they might be able to contend with this Rams team and this 49ers team.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was thinking they were going to be going from a bottom third, one of the worst defenses in the league. But look, they've dealt with a lot of injuries, too, over the past couple years. I think I was expecting to go bottom third to kind of middle of the table. But if you're talking top 10 or something with this defense, then yeah, the ceiling is very high for this.
I mean, it's just completely rebuilt, and like that doesn't mean it doesn't necessarily mean that's going to equal success out on the field. But again, at least on paper, when you start putting Calais Campbell and Tomlinson and Sweat. And all these, you draft Johnson, you do all these different things to upgrade the position. It still needs to manifest out on the field. Don't get me wrong, but I like what they did. I think it's going to be pretty interesting.
And we didn't say once. It depends on if Marvin Harrison Jr. can be good.
Right. He's going to have to step up, though. There's no doubt about it. When we come back, let's talk some college.